class is in session, and today we are learning brows. Such an easy brow. You need to start off by brushing your brows into one direction, okay? So I trimmed my brows this morning, so I'm going back and just brushing them into place. That's setting our base for our brow. So next, pick your favorite brow product. I may do a couple brow videos because I have a few ways I like to do brows, but this is my favorite everyday way. So I'm going to take the Anastasia Dip Brow. I've been using this for years. This one's in the shade Ebony. I switch between Ebony, chocolate, and dark brown between those three, but this is the Ebony one. And then this is the number, I believe, 14 brush. They have a 14 and a 12. It's just a super thin brush. Go into your product. I'm going to dip some of my brush into that product. Just a little bit. You don't want to dig it. Just a little bit off the top. Just like that. Take the lid and take off most of that product. And just really flatten the brush. This is going to give us the most hair-like look. So you want product on it, but barely any. So I like to start with the beginning of my brow, and I'm going to just flick up like that. As you can see, that barely left a mark. It's easier to build up than to take away. And I don't want it to be super heavy with the pigment in the front. So just a light hand, and I'm just flicking upwards, following how the other hairs are. Just flick up, straight little vertical lines. It's okay if you're barely seeing anything. It's all right. I promise. It's laying down. It's just, trust me on this. It is so hard to take away. So just barely any pigment. Just flick it up, take your time. And I do this really quick on an everyday basis. I'm just slowing it down a little bit for the video. So that sets the beginning of my brows. I'm dipping back into my lid here. You see I didn't pick up any more product from my pots. And I'm going to start with shaping the brow. The key is to follow the shape of your brow bone for an everyday brow. If your brow bone is not up here, alright, you shouldn't be, unless that's what you're going for. So I want to follow the way my brow bone actually sits to make this look the most natural. You want your brow to end where the corner of your eye ends. And as you can see, I have a nice little gap right here that's perfectly fine. I'm going to brush my brow up, and then I'm going to fill in where those gaps are. The same flicking method, because I don't want to just color it in. That's not going to look natural. But I'm going to do the same flicking method to add pigment, but that also makes it some space in between where you're laying the pigment, and you want some space to keep it from looking colored in and looking like hair. And then you can go in and just do the same movement throughout your brows and then brush through. Brushing through helps to, again, create some space so it doesn't look so colored in, and make it just look a little more hair-like, just like that. See, so you can see the difference, the before and the after. And you don't have to take your arch up so high if you don't want to. And if it's a little thicker than you like, just go back with some concealer and lower it a little bit. I'm actually okay with this. Alright, so let me go ahead and do the other brow, and I will be right back. Alright, so did the same exact thing with the other brow. Keep in mind your brows are sisters. is it they're cousins, not sisters, or they're sisters and not twins, whatever the saying is. They don't have to be perfectly symmetrical with each other, okay? Because your natural brow does not do that. But you know, we can still get it as close as possible. So I can see I have a little bit more down here, and I can probably add a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. This is how I like to wear my brows, a little bit thicker. I know a lot of my clients don't want as thick of a brow, but for me and like my big head, I'm fine with that. Staple product for me. Staple product. I like to take the Anastasia brow gel in clear, and I'm just going to go over each brow. I cannot live without this product. I have been using it for years. I never ever go without. It seals in the brow. It makes it last all day. It just holds it in place, and it also just breaks up some of the pigment even more, and that's what makes it look so realistic. So yeah, so that is the completed look. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. So yes, now you know how to slay your brows. Okay, so if you do this for yourself, be sure to tag me, follow me. All my socials will be down below, so I can check it out. I love you, and talk to you next time.